All right, we're live. Whoa! I decided to continue on with this science fiction painting. So, a lot of times this is when I start my Portland series or something like that. But I thought today would be just kind of fun to continue right on with this science fiction. Kind of has a good feel to it. So, we're going to do a little bit of changes as per usual. So, we're coming in here. Oh, goodness. It's drying up on me. That's all right. There we go. So we're just going to get rid of this. Not liking this at all. So, like I said, it's your painting. You can do whatever you want. So, doing that. That's gone. That's fine. We're going to bring in this. I think I'm going to move that gas jet because I still like the concept that this is a moon that's the size of Earth that's orbiting a gas giant. And I know I'm going to have people say, oh my God, the tides would be just terrible. Well, what happens if you have a moon that counteracts that? The biggest influencer of tide on this planet is our own moon. So we're going to do that. Coming up using this brush. I always like these brushes because you could get a good fine angle on it. Like fine line, that's what word I was looking for. So we're going to do that. There we go. More direct white. I have no idea why that song's going through my head, but it is. Man, really, you tell it's warm, and especially I have a fan going, and there's one problem with acrylic is it dries so fast. For me, that's fine, but for some people, they don't like that. I know they have some acrylic that doesn't. I think it's an open acrylic or something like that from Golden. I haven't tried that. One of these times I'm going to try it just to be curious out of it. Let's pull that out of there. All right. Also add a little bit of yellow. Cadmium yellow, that is. All right. More white. Got a beautiful day here in Portland. We're going to be about 80 degrees today. Just gorgeous. Tomorrow it gets a little hot. We're going to be about 90 something, and that's a little warm for us. But then we cool back down to the 80s. And just the rest of the week is in the 80s, and I just I love that type of weather for summer. Sometimes here in Portland, we have some of the nicest summers on the planet. We've had, unfortunately, a few. A couple of years ago, we had those horrible fires going on, and the smoke was just so horrific. But I felt so sorry for all the bars and restaurants because they were finally allowing them to at least serve outside and stuff like that. And then that damn smoke came in, and you said, what the heck did they do to deserve this, I tell you, even to this day, I try to tip well. I try to because it was they're still recovering from this whole thing. And I said, support your local guy. Really, try to do that. Go out, have some, you know, go to a restaurant, go to a gallery, go to wherever. Like everybody suffered during this times. All right, I'm coming in with a. Well, that's my motto: be kind. You know. La-dee, la-dee-da-dum-da-dum. La-dee-da-dum. Oh my God, I'm in voice tonight, or today, I should say. Yeah, I still convinced I was a early morning air raid siren or a tsunami air siren in a past life. They put me on top of a mountain and then I would scream out, "Whoa!" Proud of myself. I actually got my lawn mowed. Oh, if I waited any longer, I'd have to take a combine to get it cut. Yellow in that. There we go. Simon and Garfunkel going through my brain right now. Kind of like the version of it that Disturbed did. I think that's the name of the group. I hadn't even heard of them before, but I kind of liked it. I am going to do that. Kind of give a crisp line. If I will bend it just ever so slightly. Hey, Merrick, how you doing? Greetings, salivating glands and all that stuff. All right. This is this is a fun, carefree science fiction. That's what we're doing here. Just barely make out that planet there. There we go. All right. Stick that over here. Probably reuse that again. Hey, Billy. Hey, Diane. How you doing? Whoa! Oh, yeah. Well, I'm in voice today. Watch out. Yeah. Yo! Well, get those trees all up there and everything. Yeah! Got our beach home over here. I'll have to come up with a name. I think I had called them the Giuseppes yesterday. Yeah. All right, I'm back in here with another small brush. Got my handy dandy thingamajigger there. A little white, a little more white than that. Gotta put out some magenta, which I have to order some more of. Where's the magenta? Whoa! Magenta, there it is. Yeah, I gotta get some more of this. Order online. I'm gonna have a whopping visa bill this year. There's some airplane tickets on it and everything. But, gotta live. Good, good. Whoa! There we go. Okay, so I come in with a smaller brush again. My rag here, handy dandy rag. Beach house here. It's kind of funny. In the 50s and stuff like that, cabins would be painted kind of like I think how they actually, if they had it their way, how their house would be painted. But all the restrictions and stuff like that kind of But on a cabin, you can do whatever you want. Window here. Okay. We had the Unipiper on here yesterday. That was kind of fun. Yeah, I just had a new shipment of canvases come in. They have gone up in price a little bit, but not bad. Not bad. I was able to do it, but I got 12 new big 30 by 40 canvases came in. They were sitting on my porch yesterday. I was like, well, yay! So, Michaels, I would say, you have to give Michaels credit. They give you a good deal on canvases, and these are high quality canvases. So, I'm very, very pleased with that. I remember one year I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to do an art show because prices of canvases had gone so through the roof. Well, what happened is a certain company bought up all of the local art art shops, or what do you want to call them, art stores, and the prices had gone through the roof. And I was like, what? I was afraid I was going to have to let these people know that I don't think I can do a show, But yeah, then I went up to Michael's and I said, oh, thank goodness. But then I had gone with a little bit thinner ones, and then Michael's, now I'm on there what they call Michael's Pro, and it's just been great. I mean, I just, they deliver it. I was just like, very happy with that. So, not complaining. Let me grab my handy dandy T-square here. You can hear the old man noise as I bend over and grab it. Trying to force myself not to do that. White in that. Nutty. Oops. Oh, just keep at it. Just don't worry about it. Just keep at it. Oh, there's those houses that are up there in the Northwest District. That little neighborhood they're all painted really vividly bright. I don't know what neighborhood that is, but it's close to our Northwest District. There we go. Yeah. Okay, no, myself. Sorry. All right, let's actually get that back out here. That's our vanishing point right there. And like I say, always make sure you're having fun painting. If you're not, then if you're stressing yourself out, don't, just relax. If you drink wine or beer or whatever, have that. Or if you smoke something, you can do that too. I always say, just key is life's too short to be stressed out. Get enough of that from everything else. So, and that's the idea of painting, is you unstress. Maybe I should create a group. That's what we call it, unstressing. There we go. I had one more. One more white. Yeah, but don't. My recommendation, Billy, is don't get too worried about things, because I've actually known a couple of friends of mine that are actually just can never get, and they actually stopped painting. And I thought that, oh wow, that's a shame. There we go. All right. All right. Now we're going to come in here with a little bit of just keep at it. I mean, I tell you what, and since this whole COVID thing got underway, and I started doing these videos a lot more frequently. It's amazing. The skills improved. You start learning little things. It is. It happens. Prussian blue, because it's blue and the Prussians are blue. Oh lordy. But yeah, seriously, just keep at it. You're a good artist, Billy, so just keep at it. 90% of art is imagination. Thank you, Diane. out with my handy dandy tape here. Well, I think they looked great, Billy. Just sit right there. Whoa! Couldn't help myself. Sorry. And I'll tell you one thing too. It always takes guts to show your paintings. You know, there's a lot of people I know that they just never show their own paintings, and I said, "Oh, what a shame! You know, you should show them." What do you know? No, 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 no. I'm thinking of doing a bunch of canvases where I just put paint on my rear end and I sit on it, and then we call it butt prints by Mike. You know, what do you think? I think that's a great concept. Yeah. Like on Mike, go back to sniffing glue. Maybe more. Handy dandy tape here. Oh, that's the problem with tape. It tends to attach itself to each other. And you sit there and struggle to pull it out, and there's and then it wrinkles up, and it's like, ah! That's all you do. Yep, does that too. All right, that's all right. Patience, which I have tendency not very much of. I know that about me. You do not want to be in the car when I'm driving. Oh, not good. That's why I don't drive very much. All right. Our little shack going on here, our little beach shack. But I'm telling you, the more you paint, well, I'm sure like Merrick could attest to this, is that the more he plays, the more he practices the piano, the more instruments he plays and stuff like that, the better he gets. And that's there's practice, 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 practice. You know, and it's like, and that's like when I do these paintings, and I know doing these live paintings have been such a motivation thing for me too, because I had a very bad tendency of just dinking around, and finally getting around to it. Where when I do these videos, when I say I'm going on 11 a.m., I better go on 11 a.m. There has been some times, as so. Body paint? Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. You need to get body paint. You could actually get that at an art store or even online. Uh, you're gonna paint yourself or something or what? Oh! I know what you're doing. Yeah, actually, the best thing to do is get. I might even still have some left over if you're up for a visit or something like that. But yeah, it is. You got to have body paint because when I used to do those body paintings and stuff like that. And I asked the guys and said, no, just you can go into a shower afterwards and a warm shower and it takes it right off. Shower and soap, but you do not want acrylic. Yeah, because you might be in a situation where you actually have to have a stiff brush to take it off your body, and you don't want that. You'll end up looking like a red lobster after that. Yeah. Whoa! Couldn't help myself again. Yeah, that's the first time they're holding this since a whole pandemic. But it's kind of cool. As goofy as you can get it, but I appreciate it. Naked bike ride. Portland hosts the largest one in the world. We're a bunch of kooks here, and I'm delighted to see some of the kookiness of Portland is coming back. It's like, yay! Oops, I missed that spot. All right. We're not normal in Portland, and that's how I wanted to keep it. Just a little different. Yep. All right, we're going to kind of sketch in waves here. I still think I should do one of those pedicabs and have my boa. There we go. Hello, Mavis. How are you doing? Greetings, Mavis. Oh, I've done that. I've gotten rid of some artwork too. And I was like, oh, yeah, what was I thinking when I did that one? It's more unpronounceable blue here. A little more white than that. There we go. Actually, I'm going to do this. Oh, it's beautiful out there, isn't it? I was out, so I actually got my lawn mowed and pulled up a few weeds, and watched all the plants that are finally starting to grow. We had such a cold spring that Everything's way behind from what it used to be. My banana tree's gone berserk, so I'm happy with it. I lost part of it because we had that late snowfall, and I had uncovered it too early. But it seems to be snapping back and going to take over that entire area. My banana tree is already probably 12 feet high at least. At least, I've already have some leaves that are over 6 feet in length. Just, I love that plant. I planted that years ago. It was like a little pot. And I was like, God, I had no idea. I hope my neighbor doesn't get too mad because some of it's come over on her side. It props up on the other side of the fence, but she hasn't told me anything, so I'm kind of hoping that she's good with it. It's just such a gorgeous plant. And actually, I understand. I have some Vietnamese friends, and they come in and actually chop some of the leaves down. They said the leaves they use for cooking, and they said because the primary water source for this plant is my artesian spring. Apparently, that's incredibly high quality banana plant. the leaves and everything are just apparently are just amazing tasting. So it's like, cool. Yeah, it's kind of it's a novelty in the neighborhood. Let's just put it that way. I'm glad I'm not on some homeowners association where they would tell me I couldn't plant the darn thing. It's just the thing is just a novelty. It's just a huge plant. And I didn't realize that a banana tree is not a tree, it's an herb. It's the largest herb in the world. So I think that's kind of interesting. Keeps coming up and love it. Just absolutely love that plant. I had always wanted to have a banana tree, and so I planted it, and it just has not disappointed. Let's just put it that way. We're right now we're into what I almost want to say classic Portland summer. We just hope we don't get the fires. I did smell some grass fire smoke yesterday, so I'm kind of guessing. But we get some hot days, but normally a classic Portland summer is 80s and just no humidity, just beautiful. And so I'm hoping that's what we're going to be in for. The forecast is exactly that, which is yay. All right, we're working on the ocean here. There's a planet that's the size of Earth, but it's actually a moon. So there you go. So can you imagine what the days are like on that one? It works. Wasn't some of the Star Wars like they went with the little fuzzy creatures that were on it? I think that was a forced moon. I think we're going to have some surfers down there too. This is kind of like one of those beach spots that are just highly sought after. Oh my God, 112. We had that 116 degree day. I was just a little over a year ago now, and oh my God, that was horrible. It almost killed. Well, it actually killed a lot of plants here because it was just insane. I was lucky I was at home so I could put water on my plants here. That was when I remember I broke my wrist last year, and that forced me to stay home, which turned out in a blessing in its own way, So I'm going to add a little bit of sap green to this. Sap green! There it is. Okay. All right. A little more sap green, a little more yellow. Yellow! Come in, yellow. little more. There we go. And some more of the unpronounceable blue. There we go. I notice I'm a lot more uh, susceptible, or what do you want to call it, for when you have like a storm cell come through, and I can really feel it where I used to never be able to feel it. I actually almost poo-pooed it when some people say, "Oh, I could feel a storm coming in," but I understand what they're talking about. Boy, do I ever understand! You can feel it in everything. And that's just a product of getting older. I maybe have more holes in our head or something. I don't know. Yeah. There we go. And coming in with a little bit of sap green. Sap green. Mix that really good. Get that tropical feel. A little more white. I think the next session we just might get done with this one. Not today, but definitely next session. I think we have a good chance of finishing it. So that means I might just actually go ahead tomorrow, which is Monday. Monday, I'm going to probably try to get this done. My science fictions tend to take a little longer, do you notice? There tends to be a little more detail in them. I was happy with that lighthouse that I finished. Terrible Tilly. The photographer liked it, so it's yay. That's my biggest concern, is that if I'm using somebody's photograph, I want to make sure that they like it. It's important to me, because art in its own right is a form of art. You know, photography in its own right is a form of its own art. So, oh, couldn't help myself. Sorry. Yep. Sorry. All right, and these are like the coral in the water. If you take a look at Hawaii, if you've ever been to Hawaii, they have. You look down from a hotel or something like that, and you can see the coral. Just really cool. Oh, you have to have shoes on, because you don't want to walk across that and you cut your foot. And every once in a while, they have like jellyfish too. Ooh, ah, that would be nice. I don't know. I've always wondered about thinking about, like Lincoln City or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna hit those trees before we sign off today too, because I kind of want to get them underway. We're gonna be kind of tropical, but at the same time not. How's that for? I should have been a politician. Yeah. Say something, but you don't say anything. Mm. Step back, step back. Hello, Anthony. Greetings and salutations and all that. Okay, we got our sap green out here. Let's hit these trees. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, I've been on the beach one time when or ocean when it was storming, and I'll tell you what, that whew, oh, that I'm not kidding when I say logs kill. God, those things are huge. That'll work on this. Remember, this is another planet, so we're going to have kind of a cool tree, kind of like a combination of banana tree and a palm. That's what's rolling through the brain right now. Yellow. Yeah, I think the strongest windstorm I ever was in. It was in Tacoma, which is south of. For those who are not familiar with this area, which is south of Seattle. It was 110-mile-an-hour gusts, and I tell you what, that took trees down. That took oh gosh, oh I stepped out in the darn thing because I was a dummy, and luckily my brain took over. It said, "Stupid, get back in the house." Didn't do any damage to our house, but it took down a tree in the backyard. And that's why I ran out because I saw the tree go down. you know, Gosh, that was something else. 110. I think that's the record for me. My sister's gone through a couple of hurricanes that they had some close to 200 miles an hour. It's like, good grief, that's just terrible. We'll do a lot of work on these trees. Don't worry about it. Right now, just kind of getting them sketched in here. Add a little bit of Prussian blue. There's a made-up tree here. I want you to know that. So don't ask me what type of tree that is. Whatever it grows on this planet, that's what this type of tree is. right. And a little bit of yellow. Cadmium yellow, that is. And a little bit of blue to that. Yellow. A little bit of white to that. There we go. I have no idea why that's been going through my head, but it has to. Coming in with a smaller brush again. Bit of, I said we're going to work on those a lot more, but right now we're just kind of getting things in place here. But I think it's a good chance next go around I might be able to get done with this, maybe. But like I said, if you don't have to rush it, don't rush it. I can hear like a PBS producer. You got to get that thing done in 30 minutes. It's not going to happen. Remember, that's another planet. So these are a native tree that grows here. Like I said, they're like a combination of a palm and a whatever. Grow along the tropical oceans. This planet. We'll work on these leaves, and they'll have a kind of like what you see with some where the wind can go through them. We'll work on these quite a bit. And yeah, with another brush. Oh, that hour roars by. Goodness gracious, but we got our beach spot here underway. Part of the Quadian Empire, of course. And a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. Get it in here. here with a brush. And sap green or whatever. More Prussian blue. Thank you, Mavis. They're kind of like a combination of the banana tree and a whatever. Actually, I'm going to switch to sponge mode. My handy dandy sponge here. And if you use a sponge, go with a cheap one. Do not have to have an expensive sponge. That's for sure. You don't need one of those natural. I mean, there is certain uses for the natural sponge, but this is not one of them. Add a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green. A little more. Step back a little bit here. Always step back for your painting. Maybe we'll even have some fruit or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. A little more yellow, a little bit of white, and unfortunately, that's going to have to be it. Holy crap. I guess it just blows me away how fast that hour goes. I tell you. Okay. But the plan is, I'm thinking you're going to see people on the beach down here. You got the beach shack up here. We're going to do a lot more work on this tree here with the highlights of the sun hitting it and everything. Whoa, I was still wet. And we will, I think we'll have some fun time here. It's just kind of a fun painting, you know? Ocean scene, beach scene. Ah, yes. Okay, dope. And on that note, thank you so much for joining me. All right. I will be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m. right here in Oregon. That's Pacific time. That's on Monday. Holy crapolas. And unfortunately, I have to be up early the next day and the following day. So, but yeah, we get it done. So take care. Seriously, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you to all the healthcare workers and all the people keeping this economy going. Thank you so much. You take care. Hope to see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Da-da-dum. The beach scene. Robust.